Hi, I'm Will with the Martin branch of the Tulsa City County Library. Have you ever heard of NANOWRIMO? It stands for National Novel Writing Month, and it happens every November. It is a free online program for teens and adults that helps you create a novel in a month. Yeah, you heard me right. A novel in a month. Sounds crazy, but several thousand teens have done it already. The trick is to set yourself a length you can complete if you really try. Then you really try. No one says you have to write a 1,000-page sequel to Harry Potter. That is, unless you want to, and J.K. Rowling is good with that. Now, perhaps something inside of you, there is a novel trying to get out. Have you ever told your friends you have an idea for a book that you came up with? Have you ever dreamed of being a writer but didn't have the courage to start because you think your English skills aren't good enough? Don't worry. This is not a contest. There are no winners. You don't have to think about competition. You don't have to worry about copyright issues. Your only challenger is yourself. Do you have the discipline to write every day and work toward a deadline? Can you combine your storytelling skills with your work ethic? Now, you don't have to have a manuscript ready to send to Simon & Schuster when you're done. The book doesn't have to be edited or perfect. You can do that on your own. If you're writing a children's book, you don't have to provide illustrations. The whole thing is to create. What I'm saying is your story can be rough. The important thing is to get it out of your brain and onto a Word document. Now, to begin this adventure, go to NaNoWRIMO.org. It will get you started and give you tips for brainstorming your novel. It's totally free. You can type your novel on their website, and they will keep a running word count for you. You can create a word count goal, and the site provides pep talks and videos, encouragement from famous writers, and a blog that gives writing tips. It becomes your cheerleader. There's even a forum for communicating with other newbies. It's everything you need to write a novel, but the coffee, or possibly a pizza. Now, the first question I often get from teens is, what happens if I don't finish in time? The answer is nothing. It isn't a homework assignment. There's no trophy you missed out on, but once the deadline is over, you still started a novel. It's sitting there. You should finish it sometime on your own time. It becomes a personal goal. The characters you worked on so hard are waiting for you. What do they do now? You owe it to them to finish. You brought them into the world. Don't leave them hanging mid-sentence. Seriously, there are many reasons why you might not finish. You're busy. The holidays are coming. You're in a turkey-induced coma. Your book may have been too big and too ambitious to begin with. But NaNoWRIMO doesn't just dump you like your last boyfriend. Your novel's still there, and you can work at your own pace until you're done. You can set your own goals without the sweat of a deadline hanging over your head. You can set it aside for a while and come back to it in the future. But what if, supposing you do finish by the end of November? Ha! Congratulations. You've joined a select few. You have bragging rights and a writing forum to applaud you. NaNoWRIMO also has a self-publishing partner, Blurb, that provides a discount for publishing your novel, along with an ISBN number for future sales. How would you like to see your book for sale on Amazon? Of course, you might want to hunt for an agent and a publisher that pays you first. So, you finished the novel and the program. Now what? Well, look, you're a writer now. Start planning your next novel. There's always going to be another November. And eventually, someone's going to walk up to you and say, so, when's your next book coming out? Okay, so you decided to join the program, or at least look into it. How do you get started creating a novel? Where do you get your ideas? I'm glad you asked. There is no one answer, but here are a few ideas. Think about what you like to read and watch and start with that. If you like Star Wars, write something similar but not exactly to Star Wars. Do you like mysteries? Do you like romances or fantasies? What would you like to read? Write that. You may already know what you'd like to create. You have your own hero and you torment him for 100 pages, basically. Oh, 100 pages? That's just 3 pages a day, or thereabouts. I'm a writer, you do the math. I've seen some writers start with a simple photograph and create a story around it. And I've seen writers cast their novels with favorite actors to help their story flow. I've seen writers start with a diary or a family history. Maybe there's a cause that really matters to you. What better way to get your point across than to put it in a novel? Novels can be influential. When you get your basic idea, just let your imagination go. If you get stuck, take a walk. The ideas will start to flow. Trust me, it works. Here's another tip. Try to put the plot of your novel, the basic plot, into a single sentence. Imagine you have 1 minute to convince a movie producer to make your novel into a film. So, how do you turn your ideas into a novel? You've got a way that you want to start, and you've got a way you want to finish it. Now what about the middle part? Well, a common plot structure starts with a naive character. Then he or she goes through struggles and experiences, many of them difficult, and they learn to adapt and to grow from them. That's the plot of Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia, Batman, Harry Potter. That's just one idea. I'm sure you will invent your own. Perhaps you'll write a comedy. Those characters never learn from their mistakes. Okay, this is the first of 3 videos. Getting started. I'm sure your heads are spinning by now. That's okay. Next time, on November 4th, I'll show you how to write a synopsis and outline. Those are big, scary words for a pretty easy process. It's good to plan where you want your characters to go. Until then, I want you to think about something. Syrup. Pancake syrup. You pour it onto a plate, and it begins to spread in every direction. You can't stop it. You can't put it back in the bottle. It's going to continue to spread until the whole plate is covered. That's your novel. Be the syrup, my friends. Let your story spread and see how far it will go. This is Will from the Tulsa City County Library, Martin Branch. And again, that's NANOWRIMO.org. If you live in Tulsa, you can come to the Martin Library and pick up some materials. Thank you very much. Keep writing.